Hi, everybody. Well, this is a very sad day for me. I woke up to an American nightmare. This is a nightmare for all of America to find one jihadist who thinks it's okay to go into a place and kill 50 people and wound 50 more. And I'm sure he would have killed more if he could have. I'm not sure what stopped him, but I can tell you this. This is not something that most of Islam wants. This is not something that anybody in America wants. You can't impose your will on the American people by killing people. All you do is make us push back. We have a great nation of people that love each other here, and we have a great nation of people who care about each other, even if they don't have any religion related to it. And as Christians, a lot of America follows the rules under the new covenant given to us by Christ. And part of that, you can look it up if you want to, is in Revelations 22:10 through 17, kind of our last instructions. It tells us that people who don't live according to the old covenant, or people who are unholy or bad or evil, those are to be left to the judgment of God unless they come to Christ. Now, this problem with the jihadists comes from one specific line of thought. It's coming out of the Middle East. It's coming out of radical Islam. That's reality, boys and girls. Now, I know you folks that have liberal minds don't want to grasp that. You don't believe in that. The liberal mind spends a lot of time in let's pretend. Let's pretend we're Indian. Let's pretend we're black. Let's pretend that we're women when we're men. Let's pretend we're men when we're women. And that's all well and good as long as you're not going out to hurt people. I don't have a problem with any of that. But don't make me try to believe that you're an Indian when you're not, that you're black when you're not, that you're a woman when you're really a man, or that you're a man when you're really a woman. Now, I understand the conflict, the confusion, the sadness, and the distraught feelings you've got to have when you don't feel like you belong in your body. We used to call that delusional. I'm not sure what they call it now, but in any case, you have a right to do that. You don't have a right to make me think that you are what you think you are when you're not. That's like me pretending I'm king of the world and I'm not. I barely take care of my own corner. So let's think about that a minute. We have this horrible tragedy. I would like to offer a prayer to the families of these poor people that were hurt and killed. I'd like to offer a prayer to them and for them. The ones that are hurt, may you please recover quickly and fully. May God heal your injuries and take care of you. For those of you who have passed away because of this horrible act of violence, I pray that God doesn't judge you harshly because of who you are or what you did in your life, and that He accepts you. Now, that's a hard thing for some people to believe in, but I believe in praying for everybody's soul. Everybody's soul. I don't believe Christ wanted us to ignore anybody's soul. He wants to have that judgment about souls left to God. If you don't believe in Him, it's left to God to judge your actions. Now, I am very, very sad, horribly sad. And normally I don't get into too much religion and too much politics, but today that's what I'm going to do. This ISIS, Daesh, whatever you want to call those ugly butts that are killing lots of people because they don't agree with the way they think or the way they live, that was spawned in the Middle East because America decided sometime not too long ago to involve itself in a civil war in Syria and to overthrow a government that had given up its weapons of mass destruction in Libya. And Gaddafi was doing his best to make friends with the United States rather than get the snot bombed out of him. But for some reason, I'm not real sure who, but I'm sure you can figure it out, we decided to interfere in Libya. We did that by sending CIA people with weapons to rebels that were going to overthrow Gaddafi. And you can find that. Look on Google, and it's a shame. It's a shame we did that. We don't belong in anybody else's civil war. Now, yeah, I know Syria's president was being mean and evil, suppressing his people and torturing them. And it's up to them to overthrow him without our help. And I know that Gaddafi was a mean terrorist at one point in his time, but he changed his mind. And I think Ronald Reagan had something to do with that by bombing his house. In any case, let's don't play, let's pretend. Reality tells you, without any question, especially this morning, that reality is Muslim, Islamic extremists are dangerous. We can expect them to come en masse in refugee boats or refugee flights. And if we don't slow that down, I'm not saying stop it. I'm saying slow it down, look at who you got, and let them in if they're peaceful and kind and caring about living a free life. We live a free life here in America. Now, we're not free to perpetrate violence on each other, which brings me to the politics part. Or if you haven't heard politics already, you missed something. You guys that go out there and have violent demonstrations against a presidential candidate. This is the first time that I've seen that in an American election. And I've seen a lot of elections. And I've seen a lot of guys that nobody liked. The Democrats had some kind of ruckus up there in Chicago a few years back, and that wasn't a big deal. But for you to show up at all these rallies, throw rocks at the cops, burn flags, wave foreign country flags, what has a foreign country flag got to do with America? Quit it. Be an American. You are living in America. If you don't want to live in America, you want to change it to some other country, then you're going to have to get a lot stronger than you are because I'm going to tell you right now, it'll be over my dead body before you change any part of America to some other country. Our freedom is something we value beyond belief. Now, some of you, you don't care about your freedom. You're willing to hand it to the government. That's good for you. That's fine. There's plenty of rules out there for you to follow. But you folks that want to hand your freedom to the government, got to remember, you don't get to protest if you give all your stuff to the government. All you can do is follow what they say. So, that's my sermon and my rant today. May God bless every single one of you. I love you dearly. And I don't care what your gender, your race, your religion is. As long as you're not trying to hurt people and you're trying to love people and you want to live free, God bless you in this country. Bye.